So today I'm going to introduce Enagic's new product called the emGuarde. Now, what is emGuarde stand for? emGuarde, if you can see over here, right, it stands for emGuarde. Now, EM stands for electromagnetic, right? So who here knows that all of our devices, our phones, our laptops, the light bulbs, the aircon, the TV, the television, all of these things actually emits a certain amount of radiation, correct? Now, we know for a fact that radiation is bad. It is bad for us. Now, this emGuarde can keep your mind at peace. It's because the emGuarde is capable of canceling out all of these harmful radioactive waves from touching your body. Can I hear a wow? If you think that is very impressive, can you type wow in the chat? Thank you, Samantha. Thank you, Catherine. Right? So to be honest, guys, this is my first time hearing about a product like this too. I've never heard of it before. Because as a young guy, you know, what do I know? I just pretty much use my phone wherever I go. But ever since I've been introduced to this product, I've been more and more cautious. So let me share with you. Let me just bring out my PowerPoint slides. All right? Now, there we go. Can you guys give me a thumbs up if you can see the slides? Thumbs up if you can see the slides. Thank you so much. All right, now emGuarde. Again, emGuarde stands for electromagnetic guard, a device that can protect you and your family in your house from all the harmful radiation. Right now, let's talk about 20 years ago. Now, I'm not too young, not too old. I'm 29 years old this year, right? So I kind of grew up in the generation where we used to play these things. You know, the finger game, the rubber at school, you know, and these would be kind of what I did. I would always go to play football in the padang, in the field, you know, so that was my childhood. But I realized that now a lot of kids today, they don't have the same childhood as some of us do. Nowadays, a lot of the kids at home are glued to what? Their telephones, iPads, computers. Some of them are constantly on their computers, either watching YouTube, Netflix, or even playing computer games, right? So is it possible for parents to completely shut these things off from your kids? No, it is very impossible, right? At the end of the day, the kids who grew up in this generation where all of these devices become normal, right? So, oops. So like today, right, you have kids basically using the laptops, and then if you take the phone away, they cry. And some parents use their phones as a way to just keep their children quiet, especially in public places, right? It's becoming normal today. Now, some parents, they restrict, they make it very clear, which is very good. But is it enough? Let's find out, right? So today, something called pollution. All of us know there is something called water pollution, there is air pollution, there is noise pollution. Now, all of these things we can hear, we can see, we can feel. How about electromagnetic radiation pollution? Let's face it, guys, we live in the 21st century. We live in a generation where Wi-Fi, internet, 4G, 5G is so common and it's surrounding us every single day. Even now, your cars, your smartwatches, every single one of these are connected to what? The internet. So imagine you are literally surrounded by something called EMF, electromagnetic frequencies. And I will share with you very clearly why these EMFs must be controlled, right? Now imagine this. Imagine this scenario. Let's say you come home and suddenly you have superpowers. And you come home and you can see all of these waves around you. Tell me honestly, would you step into your house? If it's a yes, type yes in the chat. If it's a no, type no in the chat. No, I see so many no's, no's, no's. Even me, I wouldn't. I would be shocked. I would run away. But the reality of it, guys, is that this is actually what is happening in our homes, because we have 101 of electronic devices at home, right? Just that we cannot see it. So what are the sources of these frequency waves? Your cell phone, your Wi-Fi, the air conditioning, television, computers, electric sockets, as well as your microwave. Now, I don't have to tell you what happens if you are too close to your microwave or if you are inside your microwave. Right? I don't have to tell you that. We all know it's bad. Now, how about high tension cables? Malaysia, some areas in Malaysia, in KL and Selangor and other parts too, but I'm familiar with KL and Selangor, we are plagued with high tension cables because they travel across our cities to provide electricity. Not avoidable, unfortunately. I've heard so many stories of people who live near high tension cables and they get sick. Now, just by a show of, just shoot out in the chat, what are the places in Malaysia? Sorry for the international audience, but what are the places in Malaysia that you know are nearby high tension cables? I can already name a few. I can name OUG. I can name some parts of Kota Damansara near Sungai Buloh area. And there are a lot more, right? So what can we now? Why is it so bad to live near high tension cables? Why is it detrimental to have all of these electronic devices all around us, right? It is because that these frequencies unfortunately fall within the category in which our bodies are most susceptible to absorb. So to put it in layman terms, there is a range, if you look here, 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz. That is what the body easily absorbs. Now, there are two types, non-ionizing and ionizing. Ionizing, we don't have to discuss. It is very dangerous. It's like going into a radioactive nuclear power plant. That is ionizing. You know, you go there, it's not going to be good news for you. But non-ionizing, right, is between 3 megahertz to 1000 megahertz. And 30 to 300 is where our body absorbs it the most. Now, based on the FCC exposure limit, the human body absorbs RF energy at frequencies more effectively than others at the range of 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz. Now, who is the FCC? The FCC is basically a government body that regulates the frequencies or the EMFs produced by devices. So like all of our iPhones and everything, it has to be governed by the FCC. Now, frequency table of body organs. Let's take a look at the frequencies of what our bodies function at. Hold on, let me just adjust this camera real quick. Okay, so number one, brain frequency, human body frequency, heart frequency, liver frequency, pancreas. Now, our body, every different part radiates at a different frequency, right? And why is this so important to know? Now, let me show you the next slide and you will get it. So over here, we have a simple experiment. Over here, you see a guy with a tuning fork of 512 hertz. And there is another tuning fork of 440 hertz. Now, I don't know if today, high school show these type of things. But I know during my time, they show it a lot, right? So let's take a look at what this guy is doing. So what he's doing is he's ringing the bell at the 512, and it's not vibrating the other way. I'm gonna take a look at that. When the tuning fork is the same hertz as the other one, what happens to the ping pong? It moves. Why? Because the tuning fork is vibrating. So the same thing. All the frequencies that's produced around us, the EMFs, is between the range of what? 30 to 300. And so happen our body organs are also between that range, correct? So when the EMFs are all around here and they're at the right frequency, it ends up affecting our body, right? So that is how the radiation affects us. Okay. Now, this is by the World Health Organization, right? You can WHO. Now they say what? Classified radio frequency electromagnetic fields as possibly carcinogenic to humans. So the World Health Organization is telling you that these waves are very dangerous for your body, right? So another scientific evidence to show you is by this doctor. Her name is Dr. Magda Havas, right? She's a Canadian professor and researcher, and she focused mostly on blood circulation. Now, she focuses on something called the Rouleau formation. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. So she is testing what would happen to our blood cells if we are exposed to electronic devices. So if you look at the bottom here, healthy red blood cells in a clean EMR environment, you see the blood cells are quite free, quite away from each other. They have free movement and whatnot. So what happened is she took her patient and she put them into a test, 10 minutes with the cell phone and 70 minutes with the computer. And if you can take a look at that, the blood cells starts to collect. Now, I don't know about you, but that looks like your blood flow just got a lot less slower, right? Your blood flow is not as efficient as it would be just by using your telephone. Now, more relatable experience is who here requires, or every day, it requires you to use your cell phone to talk to people every day. Who here? If you're someone like that, type me in the chat. You use your cell phone to talk to people, customers, clients, candidates, whatever have you, every single day. So we have a few people, we have Alan, we have Samantha. Now, for those people who said me, can I ask you a question? When you talk on the phone too long, it can be here or it can be far away, right? Loudspeaker. If it's here, do you feel your ear getting hot? Sometimes numb. Sometimes you start to sweat on your right side if your phone is on the right side. Yes? If it's yes, type yes in the chat for me. Exactly. Yes, feel the heat. Sometimes it feels numb too. Now, let's say if you go loud, if you put your phone away, loudspeaker, sometimes you feel your hand, your fingers become numb as well. Why is that? And actually today, I was using my GPS in Kuala Lumpur because I was going somewhere that I don't know where. And the GPS was on my phone and I was holding it like that. And I could feel my fingers getting numb. Not hot, numb. You know, and that is because of this, guys, the Rouleau formation. Right? Now, another one to show you, right? The symptoms of long-term exposure to EMR radiation. Let's find out. So we have 0 to 200, which is slightly dangerous. 201 to 1000 is dangerous. Above 1000 is very dangerous, and anything else above that is health hazard, right? So look at the slightly dangerous. Body and muscle pain, numbness, Me feeling that numbness when I was using the GPS on my phone? Yeah, because the phone emits radiation within that microwatt. Correct? This is microwatt. The U stands for microwatt. And that is how radiation is measured in microwatts, right? Concentration and learning problems. Who here, when you go on long distance drives, let's say to Penang from Kuala Lumpur, even though you're well rested, but you still feel so tired. And there are periods of time where you kind of lose focus, right? Maybe the drive is boring, but I think it's because you are getting tired very fast, even though we are well rested. Brain and leukemia, cancer, memory loss. Now, other than that, fatigue, lethargic, dizziness, balancing problems, heart problems, infertility. Now, all these guys is actually proven. It is proven, and it's proven from the FCC evaluation report, right? So all this is undisputed. It's happening, okay? So another one I would like to share is by this doctor. He's from Taiwan. He works at the Hongming Ophthalmology. I hope I got that right. And the doctor's name is called Dr. Liu Renjie, right? Now, he did a test with 10 subjects. These 10 subjects, their ages varies from 18 years old all the way to 68 years old, right? And these 10 subjects, 7 of them were female and 3 of them were male. So random selection. Now, in the first test, you see right here, in the first test, what he did was he just put the people into a room that was just normal, like pretty much where you are right now. But the only difference is there was no phone nearby. He wasn't actively using the phone. There was aircon, yes, maybe some lights, maybe a fan, I don't know, just sitting there. And then he tested the eyeball circulation, the blood circulation in the eyeball. And it's measured in something called peak systolic velocity, right? So the first one, PSV, it showed the first test, people's average PSV was 20.1. The second stage, this is after 30 minutes of using the mobile phone, right? So it can be basically taking a phone, using YouTube or something, right? And what happened was that after the 30 minutes, he tested all the subjects. And if you look here, their PSV actually dropped to 16.2. So what is happening, guys, is that their blood circulation in their eyeballs is becoming less, slower. That's why sometimes when you use your phone too long and you watch, your eyes become what? Tired and also dry, right? Now, the third test is what? Alleviate electromagnetic radiation. Basically, having a device like this and canceling out all the EMFs in the surrounding area. And if you can see, the PSV went up or down, guys? 25.9, even better than the first test. So what does it tell you? That this product can actually help improve blood circulation. And believe it or not, guys, that is what the patent is about. The patent for this product is that the company claims, or the factory claims, that you can actually improve blood circulation in the eyes. So imagine that, right? So just to highlight the PSV values, right? So emGuarde, it is a harmonizer, it's a defender. Basically, this device is super low maintenance. It's actually, there's no maintenance. All you have to do is just plug it in your house, leave it there on 24/7. You don't have to move it unless you want to take it in the car with you, right? You just leave it there and your whole entire house receives EMF-free environment, let's say for the next 5 years. So that is the claim lifespan of this product from the factory. Now, the factory has also offered a 1-year warranty on this particular product. Whether this machine lasts more than 5 years, I believe so. Why, guys? is because, would you agree, this product has no moving parts? There's nothing moving in this device. It's stationary. The only time this device will get spoiled is when lightning strike, and then it affects your current, and then boop. But how can we counter that? All we need is basically what you call those a surge protector. My mom just walked by and she caught me and she gave me the answer for that. Right? All you need is a surge protector, and the surge protector nowadays are very easy to come by. Right? So the coverage, what is the coverage of this device? Now, the claimed coverage from the factory is 8 meters of defense in diameter, right? So about 4-meter radius from the device. Interestingly, guys, my house has about 2 floors. It's not very big, but it's definitely more than 4 meters. Sorry, it's definitely more than 8 meters. And surprisingly, this device actually covers my whole entire house, just one. Right? So how can we tell? All you need is a radiation detector. Now, give me a minute. Let me get the radiation detector and let me show you how this device works. 1 minute, guys. So here I have the radiation detector. Let me take it out of the box for you and show you how it looks like, right? It looks like some Ghostbuster technology, to be honest. Right? The ghost is gonna get sucked into this ring here. So this device, let me share with you what it does. This device measures microwatts. You know what microwatts is, guys? Microwatts is how the EMFs are measured. Now, EMF, the number of the EMF shows the size of the wave. So the lower the number of frequency, the bigger the wave. The higher the number of frequency is smaller, like really, really small, kind of thing. Microwatt is the intensity of the EMF. This is to my knowledge, right? I'm not very sciencey. I could be wrong, but this is what to my knowledge, right? So how does it work? How does the emGuarde work? Think of it this way. This is how EMF looks like. It's a wave, right? And that's how most frequencies are. They're all waves. Now, these waves, what happened is the emGuarde sends a signal to cut certain parts of the wave out. It's like this. Let's say you're traveling, for my Malaysian friends, let's say you're traveling on Duke Highway and suddenly a piece of the road just goes missing. Can you continue a journey? No. So that is to put it very, very simply. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the device very quickly, and I'm going to test my phone. Right, so I have my iPhone 14 here, right? So this iPhone 14, let's test if there's radiation coming for it. So I'm going to turn it on, and my phone is working. What's it showing, guys? I actually can't see my camera. It's showing about 1008, 1009, sometimes going to 1. And we know what? In microwatts, if it's above 1000, it is dangerous. Correct? It's health harming. So my phone, I don't really know what else to show because my laptop is stuck here. Right? Let's take, for example, I hope you guys can follow me. Right? Let's see my light bulb. It's an LED light bulb. Can you guys see? Right? There we go. right? My aircon is a bit too far away, but you get the point. All of these devices emit radiation. Now let's, even my laptop, by the way, there we go, right? My laptop as well. You can't really see, but my laptop does emit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to plug in the emGuarde. My cable is here. It's a USB-C cable. Plug it in. Now, take a look here, guys. You see the E logo? When I turn it on, it's going to illuminate because it's going to have a light. Can you guys see the light? Right? So now my entire environment is EMF free. Let's test. Same thing on my phone. Any sound, any figure shown on the thing, it shows what? 0, 0, 0, right? Now can we take a look at my light? Just now my LED light here was bleeping, right? Is it bleeping anymore? No. Right? So this applies for basically all the appliances around here. My television, my computer, my fan. So right now, I'm enjoying the privilege of an EMF-free environment, right? So let's make it a point again. Here, the emGuarde is still on. It's still white light. Now, I'm going to turn it off. There we go. Let me turn it back on. Guys, it's instant. It's instant. Is that amazing? If that is amazing and that gave you goosebumps, type wow in the chat. Amazing, right? So imagine, guys, would you feel a lot more pleasant, lighter, a lot more calm, knowing that your house is free of radiation, EMF radiation? Of course, right? Like Samantha said, thank you so much. Peace of mind. Now, to share with you my personal testimony from the emGuarde, I sleep much better. My mom does, my grandmother does. And for me, I have a habit, young people have a habit, I don't know whether young or whatever, we have a habit of using our phones before we fall asleep, correct? We will use the phone, we'll charge the phone next to our heads because we don't really bother about all these things. But I used to have problems sleeping. Ever since I had the emGuarde in my house, as soon as I hit my bed, I don't even reach 5 minutes through my phone and I just knock out. I just KO straight away. And when I wake up the next day, my phone is pretty much still next to my head and I just wake up. Samantha is going like, no, your phone shouldn't be next to your head. But it's okay, I have emGuarde, right? Yeah, so, but I mean, it's not good practice as well, right? I shouldn't put my phone next to my head. But now I know my total environment is free of EMF. Amazing, right, guys? So this is the emGuarde. Now, the emGuarde comes in at an investment of 6,620 ringgit. Malaysian ringgit for a Malaysian audience here. For the international audience that is in the group, I'm not too sure who are you, you're from India or somewhere else. Now, this product, unfortunately, is only for Malaysians. Now, so you need to wait until this product is outside of Malaysia. I don't know when. I cannot give a number. I'm not the company, right? But I would assume within a year or 2 years, it'll be pretty much everywhere, right? So those who want to invest in one of these machines, right, do please speak with the person that invited you to this room today. And I can almost guarantee you guys, you're making the best decision for you and for your family. Now, Kangen water is also the best decision. But at the same time, this covers your whole entire house away from radiation. 6,620 ringgit, to me, that is peanuts. It is really peanuts because why? I know for a fact all my phones, my television will not harm my family. All right, guys? So I hope you make the decision, and I hope you do invest in emGuarde for you and for your family. Now, the best part about Enagic being an established company in Malaysia is that we have 24 months, 0 interest installments. So you don't have to pay 6,620 upfront in cash. All you need is a credit card. You swipe it for 24 months, and you can own one of these machines for 275 ringgit. Great, amazing. I think it's amazing. I think it's a no-brainer, guys. Right? So again, do speak with the person that introduced you to the emGuarde, and do really consider, right, in investing in one for your family. Now, I don't think we need a break, right, guys? I don't think we need a break. I think we can go straight to the interesting part about the emGuarde. Now, guys, for those people who are new to Enagic, new to emGuarde, right? Maybe this is the first exposure you have to Enagic. Now, our company is very generous. It's because alongside the amazing products that they they provide for the distributors or for the customers, the company also provides an opportunity to not only recover the costs of your own investment through referrals, but some people have taken an extra step into making it into a side income, main income, or their whole entire life income. Now, for those who would like to find out about this opportunity, stay with me. In the next 20 minutes, I will explain everything to you. Now, emGuarde 6,620. Let's dive into the marketing plan. So just to share with you guys, Enagic is not a small company. This is Enagic's logo. Enagic is not a small company, guys. We are a 42 location, 25 country company, international company. And the company headquarters is in Okinawa. Now, this particular device, the emGuarde, the factory is in Malaysia. Now, I know for a fact that Enagic almost never adds a product into their product line. For the longest time, they only had the Kangen water, the Yukon, as well as something like a shower. It's called the Enagic. So when I found out that Enagic added a new product into its product line, I knew for a fact that Enagic must have done a lot of due diligence. A lot. They went through 1.5 to 2 years of R&D, guys, just to make sure the product works. So can we give Enagic a round of applause for making sure this product works for us? Right? So now we're focusing on Malaysia because it's where the product comes from. Now, who is Enagic? Enagic is a 49-year-old company. The factory is licensed as a medical device manufacturer with the ISO of 13485. Right? You can Google this ISO up. It's basically only given to medical device manufacturers. Endorsed by many different doctors, many different non-for-profit organizations like American Anti-Cancer Institute. And the Kangen water, the machine, is actually endorsed by more than 6,500 doctors in Japan for the public's health. So that really puts Enagic as a very high pedestal because Enagic is really, 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 in a sense, endorsed, right? First, the Kangen machine is first used in Japanese hospitals in 1974. Domestic unit of the Kangen machine came out in the 1994. Previously, big machines, huge machines, all used in hospitals. 5 years warranty based on the SD501 and once in a lifetime purchase. So Kangen machines, they last very long. I'm not sure who here owns a Kangen machine, but my Kangen machine is almost 10 years old. Very old machine, still running to today, still kicking, right? And the interesting part about this company is that it is a global business. I forgot to change these numbers. My apologies. Now, the Enagic business is very simple. No money qualifications, no stock, no inventory. You don't have to buy 10, 20 of these to prepare at home. No. The company or we are order takers. We collect orders, we get the customer to pay to Enagic, we deliver the products, and we educate the customer on the products. Simple? Much simple. Risk-free? Pretty much risk-free. No annual renewal fee. Accumulative sales means that the more sales you have, the company actually rewards you more in terms of commission. Amazing. International borderless sponsoring. You can basically go to anywhere in the world and you can basically build teams. And interesting is our marketing plan is patented. And the one thing that is added here, untapped market. To be honest, guys, it's so true. emGuarde, it is the only device right now available for huge production in Malaysia. What happens when the borders opens and it goes to places like Singapore, Taiwan, Hong Kong? So many untapped markets. So everybody here, you're in a very privileged state, right? Do better in mind. And the only way for you to join this Enagic business, just get one of these guys. Imagine starting a business at 6,620 ringgit. Tell me a business that you can start outside for 6,620 ringgit. Tell me one. I would like to get involved. Right? Not many. Now, our company is not MLM, right? Our company is called direct selling. Let me show you what it means. You, as a distributor for the company, can find your customers. These are your direct sales. Now, the company plan is not only for you, but it's for everybody. Meaning your customers too can find their own customers. And the company is generous to also calculate that as your group sales. Generous, right, guys? So what this means is our goal is not to just be salesmen. If you are a networker and you see potential in building a team, game on. Really, really game on. Right? Now, let me explain about how the commission is paid. Let's talk about the 8-point commission. So we know that this device is 6,620 ringgit. Enagic allocates a preset budget of 2,400 ringgit per sale for the distributors, for us. This 2,400 ringgit is split into 8 parts or 8 A's. So 2,400 divided by 8, 1 A equals to 300. Just imagine a pie. This pie is 24,000, is split into 8 equal parts. Each part is 300 ringgit. Very simple to understand? Yes. All right, let's move on. Now, how is the commission paid? And let's talk about the direct sales. Very simply, you make your first and second direct sale, you make 300 each. When you make your third direct sale, your income doubles. Generous? Very generous. When you make your third direct sale onwards, every sale after that is 600 ringgits per machine sold. Now, a 3A, you need 10 cumulative emGuarde group sales. Now, I want to focus on a word here called group sales. As we know, group sales is what? Your direct sale plus your indirect sale. So you don't have to go and sell all 10 yourselves. As long as you have 10 group sales, your next direct sale, the 11th sale, you will receive 900 ringgits per machine. If that is amazing, type A in the chat for me. That will give me time to drink some water. And for those who here in the chat, if you have your Kangen bottle, take a sip of the Kangen water together with me, yeah? Awesome. Thank you so much for participation and attention. Now, what happens next? For you to become a 4A, all you need is 20 cumulative emGuarde group sales. And your next direct sale, you receive 1,200 ringgits. If you can produce 5 above emGuardes every month, that's about 6,000 ringgit every single month. Would that change your life? Of course, guys. It would give you a lot of peace of mind. And that is the reason why this system is so attractive. It's because the commissions are high. You can feel the benefits of the commission. Even as a 4A, guys, and there's more. Imagine that. What is the next one? 5A. 50 cumulative emGuarde group sales, and your next direct sale, you earn 1,500 ringgit per machine. And lastly, we have 6A here. 200 cumulative emGuarde group sales, excuse me, and every direct sale after that is 1,800 ringgits. That is amazing, right? So if you're really serious about this, don't tell me you cannot find at least 2 to 3 a month. Correct, guys? At the end of the day, the marketing plan is amazing. The product works. It just comes down to whether you want to put the work in, right? So let's be real here. So these are all your direct sales. Now, guys, in the chat, type for me, would you like the easy way to do the business or the hard way? If it's easy, type easy. If it's hard, type hard. Why is there a bell? Actually, good question. I don't know why there is a bell. Let me just mute some people. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so I mean, of course, everybody is saying easy, 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 easy. At the end of the day, all of us want to be 6As, correct? Right? So the easy way is sorry, let's talk about the hard way first. The hard way, guys, is you go out and you sell 200 machines yourself. That sounds pretty hard. That sounds pretty hard, guys. Even for me, it's pretty hard. And I'm not impressive in terms of sales, guys. I'm not a salesman. Right? But the easy way is this, guys. If you can have a team and you and your team, however big you are, 5, 10, you guys work together. You support your team and your team produces 200 machines for you. Wouldn't that be much easier, guys? I think so. Right? Not everybody is a superstar in terms of sales. If you are, great on you, but not everybody is. Right? So what happens now when you build a team? Let me show you. Now, put yourself here. This is all of you. Yeah. Everything in green is your commission. Now, I want you guys to focus on yourself. Don't think about the others. Don't think about your future team. Think about yourself first. You must first help yourself before you can help others, right? So put yourself here. Now, when you make your first direct sale, you make 300 ringgits. When you make your second direct sale, you make 300 ringgits. When you make your third direct sale, you uprank into a 2A and you make 600 ringgits. Clear, right? Now, here's the thing. When Tom introduces a machine to Grace, you will make 300 ringgits, right? But then you will be wondering, you'll be asking me, Egbert, but I'm already a 2A. How come Grace sale you're making only 300? That is because Grace falls under Tom, and Tom is your 1A overriding lane. Meaning to say what? Whatever machines that come under Tom is 300 and 300. Clear so far? If it's a clear so far, give me a thumbs up in the chat. Oh, you can just type good or clear. C in the chat, sorry. All right. Thank you so much for your participation. Okay, so let's move on. So now you are 2A, meaning when you introduce another direct sale, let's say to Kim, we know that we will make 600. And likewise, when Kim introduces this product to 3 of her friends, you will also receive 600, 600, 600. Great? Amazing? I think it's very amazing. Would you be incentivized to encourage Kim to make more sales? Of course, right? But after 10 group sales, you just don't want to focus on Kim. You also want to focus on yourself. So after 10 group sales, you would be interested in opening up your 3A lane. Let's say you find May buys an emGuarde from you, you make 900 ringgit from the sale. And imagine this, guys, every machine that May sells, you will make 900 ringgits. Great, right? So just to emphasize again, every machine that comes under Kim, Bryce, Ben, Bob, Joe, Jack, John, all of this, you will only earn 600, not 900. Why? Because it falls under the 2A overriding lane of Kim, right? Now, would you agree with me, guys? A company cannot pay forever. There's no such thing. Every company needs to have a cap, a stop. Now, in Enagic, we have a stop. And that is the sole reason why Enagic is a foolproof company. It's because their marketing plan has a fixed budget. So we know the machine costs how much? 6,620 ringgits. We also know the company has already allocated 2,400 ringgits as its marketing budget per machine. Nothing more than 2,400, nothing less than 2,400. And this is how it is paid, right? Now, let's focus on John here, guys. When John makes his first direct sale, John will make 300, or we call it 1A. The next person that gets paid is the person that sold the machine to John. And so happened, it is Bob. Now, John falls under Bob's third direct sale lane. So Bob will receive 600 or 2As. The same thing with Ani, 2, Kim, 2. So total we have paid out how many? 1, 3, 5, 7. The company only pays how many A's out? 8. 8 minus 7 equals to 1. So instead of getting 600, you make 300. Same thing with John's second direct sale. You only make 300. Now, what happens when John makes his third direct sale? Now, John ups rank into a 2A because of the third direct sale. He makes 600. Bob, 600. Ani, 600. Kim, 600. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 minus 8, 0. Kosong. Nada. Gone. This is where we call it a non-8A sale. And non-8A sale do not count as a group sale. Now, some of you right now may be thinking, that's not very fair. I want to be paid. But guys, you're missing the big picture. For you to get this 0, you have already made all of this money. It only shows that your team is growing. And wouldn't you want your team to grow? Of course. Right? So that is the one great thing of having that 0. And besides, guys, this is just Kim, Annie, Bob, John to Dan. Can Annie keep selling? Yes. Can Bob keep selling? Yes. Can Bryce keep selling? Yes. So don't be too affected by this 0, because you know for a fact it is a positive thing. Right? So after 20 group sale, 4A, you earn 1,200 per machine. Every time Tony sells a machine for you, you make 1,200. You will be so incentivized to support Tony, because not only does Tony make money, you make money. And that is the beautiful thing about our company. You don't make money alone. You make money as a team. And that's the beautiful thing about our company. After that, 5A, after 50 group sales, every machine. Let's say you find Simon. Who would love to have a Simon in their team? If you would love to have a Simon in the team, type S in the chat. Type S in the chat. I too would like to have a Simon in my team. And just so you know that I cannot have a Simon in my team because Simon is my upline. Right? But believe it or not, guys, do you think there is more Simons out there in Malaysia or anywhere in the world for you to find? Of course. Now imagine you have a Simon in your team. Now, would you agree with me, guys? Simon is really gifted. He's so powerful, right? And he has so much energy and love to give to everybody in the Enagic family. Now imagine if you find someone like that, guys. It would only be very, very beneficial for you, right? And lastly, after 200 group sales, let's just say you find a Sam Sia. Who would like a Sam Sia in the team? Everybody, right? Imagine you have a Sam Sia, and I don't even have to explain who Sam Sia is. If you don't know who Sam Sia is, go and ask the person that brought you into this chat. He will tell you who Sam Sia is. To be honest, I'll put it simply. If it were not for Sam Sia, this whole entire thing would not have existed. You and I will not be here today, tonight. All right, guys. So imagine you have a Sam Sia. Every machine he sells for you is 1,008. If he sells 10 machines for you, it is how many, guys? How much? 18,000 ringgits that month. So, guys, this is the Enagic business. This is the emGuarde, right? Would you agree with me? If you agree with me, type EM in the chat that this emGuarde is a masterclass product. Just look at the results, guys. I'm not forcing them. I'm not putting a gun to their head and say, hey, type EM. No. It's because most of the people here are already using the emGuarde, right? So if you already have the emGuarde, guys, the business is free. You can just start like that because you already have made your investment. So thank you so much for being here. Let me see if there's any more slides next. Okay, there's no more slides next, right? Thank you so much for spending your time here with me. This is my first emGuarde presentation. I hope I gave you guys value as to the product as well as the business potential that you can be part of. Right? I'm 29 years old. I decided to be part of the Enagic family. It's because I see myself representing Enagic for the next 20, 30 years. Right? It's because I know Enagic is a long time business. Why? Because not only is because it's Japanese, it's because the products are absolutely amazing. So please, guys, don't miss this opportunity. you guys are at the infancy stage of the emGuarde movement in Malaysia. Globally, it hasn't even started. So imagine now, guys, you start right now. You guys are so privileged to start, even myself, I'm so privileged to start right now with the emGuarde, right? And the business will pay. The product's amazing. Enagic is very, 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 very internationally well known to a lot of people, right? So don't miss out on this opportunity. Take advantage of it, and I will see all of you at the top. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for being part of this during this lovely evening. And if I ever happen to see one of you guys in the office, I would love to hear your testimony about how the emGuarde or Kangen water has changed your life. All right, guys, thank you so much.